Hi, we're Calla and John, and we moved our family to this land back in May of 2022. In a very short amount of time, we have learned so much about ourselves and what it takes to make big dreams come to fruition. Trust, patience, acceptance, and gratitude every step of the way. With minimal tools, experience, and budget, we have been invited to slow down, find beauty in the day-to-day, sometimes monotonous tasks, and to get more comfortable with progress taking more time than what we thought, and without many of the conveniences that we were used to before. As we build our homestead and have daily connection with nature, we are being shaped by this journey in ways that we never knew we would. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. Lao Cha. Hello everyone, and welcome to our land in Alentejo, Portugal in the beautiful springtime. If ever you're looking to travel to Portugal, come in the spring. It is so gorgeous. Just yesterday I saw there's no more cold nights, and I am big time celebrating that because I have spent the last 3 months feeling cold to the bone. Our house is a traditional Portuguese house, which means it's wonderful in the hot months because it keeps the cool in, but the winter is challenging still for us. You can watch more about it in this video of how we're preparing for our second winter. Basically, we've spent the winter and the beginning of spring all bundled up all the time, whether we're inside or outside. Last winter we were getting sick all the time. This winter only a couple times, and I think just we knew more what to expect, so there was more acceptance around our setup and just, okay, this is what we need to do to be as comfortable as possible. So it did go a lot better than the previous winter, and I'm sure each year that will just continue. So the winter and spring, we also have had so much rain, more rain than we've had the whole time we've lived here. And when we talk to locals, They say it's the most they've seen in a long time. It's the most lush the land has been in a long time. I mean, if you've been watching my videos, the past several ones, there's so many flowers, constantly new ones popping up. It's really just, we're constantly in awe of the beauty when we step outside. We've also been getting so many rainbows because of all of that rain, and yeah, always a nice reminder that going through kind of the rain and the darker times can lead to a rainbow, or many.
Oh, that's an amazing one.
So much can change in 1 year, and this is our second full spring here on the land. It's the second year that we are working on our veggie garden, and looking back at old photos, it's just really, really cool to see how much has changed and the difference between the 2 years and how much a difference rain can make. We've been doing tons of work in the garden to continue to get those beds set up. In doing that, we noticed that, actually, let's just go over and I'll show you. So as you can see behind me, we have finished setting up the 6 beds. We have also been moving this dirt. It used to be this kind of big mountain of dirt or hill. And so we've been bringing that into this part of the garden because you probably can't really tell very well on the video, but our garden slopes down. I think with over time and the rain, it just got more and more of a slope from the water rushing that way. So what we're trying to do is lift this end by adding that that dirt. Thanks, buddy.
En arrière d'abord. Ah, doucement. Parce que t'es pas assez allé assez en arrière là. Tout est bloqué contre les herbes maintenant. Ah, recule, 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 recule. Stop. Là tu tournes.
Well done. if you remember from the last full video, we added this fence and we put up just some extra little fencing as the gate that we can step over. And it's really been helping with the animals being in there. We never see them. Sometimes I feel like maybe Panda the bunny is getting in there to nibble on some of it, but it's very minimal and it's not disruptive anymore. So that's great that that is finally working. I've also started lots of seeds in here, lots of medicinal herbs that I'm trying to get going. Same within there. I do think that I have to redo them though, because we did have a couple cold nights since I've done that and none of them seem to be working. It could just be that they have longer germination periods, but yeah, I'm gonna kind of do a second wave. So I had started seeds in small little containers. I don't have a greenhouse yet, and so this year I'm trying to pretend I have one and kind of make them sort of one by putting seeds into like the smallest containers we can find and then putting them somewhere and just pretending there's a greenhouse around them. I think because it's still been cold at night, a lot of them didn't work, but I went through and I looked up the germination time for a lot of the seeds, and a lot of them can take even like 3-4 weeks. So I'm not gonna lose hope completely, but I am gonna sow some more now in these egg cartons, just in case those ones didn't work, and so I don't lose time waiting for them to germinate and sprout. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to look through my seeds and see which ones for sure some tomatoes. I really want to get those started. And yeah, I just have so many seeds. So that's what I'm going to do. So these are my pretend greenhouses. A friend of mine gave me the tip that I could try to do this. So I placed the egg cartons and the tray of seeds in a bag, soaked them all and put them in the bag, and that keeps it really humid in there. Yeah. No growth yet, but that's okay. So there's one, and then this is the other one. Just use a bag of old that we used for the soil, and then yeah, a nice moist one in there, but I don't see any growth yet. But I just did this like a day or two ago, so just come and spray. I'll spray these ones to get them a little more moist. I'm gonna just put that on top of it so that the hens don't come and start knocking at it. Our strawberries are doing super nicely. The boys ate the first one yesterday. I'm gonna add even more stuff in these pots to get going. In here, the fava beans are going well, super well. The peas are going well too. Some of the spinach I planted is sprouting up. On the other side of the fava, I also added some radish, and I think that there's starting to be some, yeah, you can see some growth there. So that's exciting. Butterfly blue pea and peas here are starting to grow up these structures. Some of the alyssum is popping up. Still not quite sure about the kohlrabi, so I planted some in here to see if I could get them going in here. Since I've never planted it before, I don't really know what the seedlings look like. So that way I know exactly what's in here, and if something sprouts up, I will know exactly what the sproutlings look like. I'm thinking that this is one because it looks similar to the black radish that I planted, and there's a few of them that look like that. So yeah, in terms of the kohlrabi, not quite sure yet, but the other stuff is growing nicely. In this one we have some lettuce growing, some of the calendula I planted. We have an artichoke growing, which I might actually move somewhere else once we clear a different part of the land, because I'm afraid once it gets big, it's going to take up a lot of space. Some of the marigolds in the middle are sprouting up. And this side was where I planted watercress. And I've heard that you actually need tons of water and kind of a more specific setup for watercress. But it's interesting that these are coming up. I need to check what that might be, because it doesn't look like watercress, but it's only in the area that I planted the seeds, so not quite sure. Then over here, this one, we have spaghetti squash and chard. I planted another chard here. This is a round zucchini starting to come in. Jay and I planted all of this bed together. Down the middle we planted cosmos, and they are starting to sprout up. There's another spaghetti squash, another sproutling of the zucchini, another chard, leaving these dog fennel flowers in here for now because they're just so beautiful, and they're also offering some shade for our little cosmo flowers growing underneath there. But yeah, I'll remove this once it starts looking like it's on its way out. Over here, these are the last two beds that I still need to plant in. I haven't really planted in them because we still need to level this out. I don't really want to start doing it until we have finished moving this dirt. And we are actually thinking of, the boys had the idea that we should leave kind of a rim and let this be a little pond. So I think we're gonna take their idea and make a little pond with it once we've dug out the rest or moved the rest and put it on the beds. As you can see, beyond that, totally overgrown with so many beautiful wildflowers. So that will be kind of the next thing to take care of once we finished the beds. If you remember from last year, we made a sun shape. So we want to kind of redefine that again, and then we'll plant like watermelons and melons and things that really spread out and grow in that sun shape. So that is the garden update for you. Oh, actually, you gotta see this. Look at all these beautiful mallow flowers. So over here, we have our mulberry tree that is just thriving. Such a beautiful tree. And let's see. You can see this mulberry is almost ready. We love mulberries and we cannot wait. Oh no! Oh no! Okay, well, I'm gonna try to eat it. It does not look like it's ready, but I'm still gonna taste it because I feel really bad to waste it. It's not ready, but it's not bad. It's just sour. And here I planted a bunch of sunflower seeds that I collected from our sunflowers last year. And they're all sprouting up nicely. We have oregano here and rosemary and sage. We have some little oak trees growing in the little acorns that we collected in here. So we'll put those in the ground eventually. And then this is a swale that we made when we first moved in. And so I'm clearing that because I want to start planting flowers. It's a bummer because we had planted a bunch of lavender in there and I think it just got kind of like smothered by all of the growth. So I've just found it, yeah, I've only found a couple of them and they're very, very dead and dry. So we'll have to replant the lavender because we do love that idea to have lavender there. But for the meantime, I'm going to plant some other things in there. It's a gorgeous day. Walt is feeling very lonely because Emma, our other duck, got attacked. And so now he's a lone duck. We've now had our two female ducks get attacked and it's really sad. So we want to get Walt more companions, but first we want to build a floating platform on the lake so that they have a safe place to go at night because the ducks don't go into the coop like the chickens do. So that's another project coming up. Didn't jump. What'd you find?
There's one! There's two! Yes! There's two! Yes, I got one! I got one!
Wow!
Hey Panda, do your John Travolta. Yeah.